Welcome to this tutorial on Vediol, Veterinary CBD from Hemp for Pets, brought to you by Alpha Tech Pet Incorporated, the makers of Kennel Sol Disinfectant. I'm Dr. Seitz, the president of Alpha Tech Pet Incorporated. During this tutorial, we're going to take a look at some terminology, the science of CBD, and therefore why Vediol, and then summarize everything with sales sound bites to prepare you for interaction with your clients. Cannabis is simply the genus name for a flowering plant with the species of interest being Cannabis sativa. Cannabis itself contains some 500 natural components, 200 of which are terpenes or sesquiterpenes, and approximately 113 or so are cannabinoids. It's important to note that marijuana and hemp are both cannabis. The difference being that marijuana has a THC content greater than 0.3%, whereas hemp has a THC content less than 0.3%. THC being the only psychoactive cannabinoid found within cannabis. The bottom line is that you do not want products containing THC greater than 0.3% for use in animals, with no THC being the ideal preference. Of the terpenes found within cannabis, Beta-Myrcene makes up 65% of its overall content, making it the most abundant terpene found in cannabis. Now, because of its abundance, Beta-Myrcene will most likely be found in most whole plant full spectrum products on the market. And that's a problem because Beta-Myrcene is listed as a California Proposition 65 carcinogen, something we believe most manufacturers are completely unaware of. Unlike most products, Vediol contains no beta-myrcene. So what does the endocannabinoid system do? Basically, it upregulates and downregulates various body systems like the nervous system, the endocrine system, the immune system, and others in a modulatory role to maintain system balance, something we call body homeostasis, and as a result, it fine-tunes various vital physiological functions. Think of it as medicine on a system level as opposed to simply treating symptoms. This is an exciting frontier from which I believe we're going to see many transformative medical developments emerge over the next several years. The endocannabinoid system contains two basic types of receptors, CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors. CB1 receptors are located within the brain, the central nervous system, and a few organs, and CB2 receptors are found in more peripheral organs and cells associated with the immune system. But there's really much more. Recent studies suggest the presence of additional receptors and even interaction between types of receptors like TRPV1 receptors and others. I believe we're just now scratching the surface of this fascinating field of physiological understanding. Cannabinoids are simply a diverse class of chemical compounds. Of note are THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, the only psychoactive cannabinoid found within cannabis, which activates primarily CB1 receptors, but there is some activation of CB2s, and CBD, cannabidiol, which is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid that's now legal in all 50 states if derived from hemp, which interacts with CB2 receptors only. With an introduction to terminology as the backdrop, we can now progress to discussing the science of CBD. And understanding the science of CBD is what really differentiates products, making some far better than others. When it comes to the science of CBD, keep these three major points in mind. Not all CBD products are the same. And this is because source, extraction method, and blend matter. Also, more is not necessarily better. CBD demonstrates a biphasic dose-response curve. Of most importance, however, is that it's all about absorption. And this is because CBD is very poorly orally absorbed. This is one of the most important points for you to understand when evaluating products. Now let's dive a little deeper into each of these three major points. Not all CBD products are the same. In fact, 2015 and 16 FDA consortium studies found 80% of products within market channels to have very little to no actual CBD even present and not matching up with their labeling. And this is because source matters, extraction methods matter, and blend matters. When it comes to source, it is important to note that hemp is a very powerful bioaccumulator, meaning it acts like a vacuum to remediate toxins, pollutants, heavy metals, pesticides, and herbicides from the soil. So, raw material source most certainly matters. Vediol is a whole plant blend of botanical extracts from lawfully cultivated industrial hemp grown to pharmaceutical grade standards that is 100% legal and produced here in the USA. Vediol is also backed by multiple highly specialized patents and patent pending technologies, something few, if any, other companies are even able to claim. When it comes to extraction methodologies, most manufacturers utilize supercritical CO2 extraction methods, where temperatures, due to the process employed, which in part involves pressure, rise to levels that damage phytonutrients, temperatures above 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Vediol utilizes a proprietary subcritical cold press technology, keeping temperatures below 104 degrees to deliver a stable and high level of active CBD in every dose, ensuring no heat damage to active phytonutrients in the oils. And blend also matters. You want a product capable of producing a true entourage effect, whereby the sum of the parts, in this case the cannabinoids, terpenes, and sesquiterpenes, produce a complementary effect, kind of like a symphony, greater than that of a single compound alone. Vediol's proprietary blend ensures maximized entourage effect and enhanced synergistic product effectiveness. Now, the second major point to remember is that more CBD is not necessarily better. And this is because CBD demonstrates a biphasic dose response curve, where there's an optimal dose, beyond which effects diminish, having no further benefits. This is different from a linear curve where more drug usually results in increasing effects. Most important of all the major points is that it's all about absorption. Better absorption equals better bioavailability. Delivery mechanisms affect absorption, and CBD is very poorly orally absorbed, and that's a problem. Now, the reason CBD is very poorly orally absorbed is because CBD is not water soluble. It's significantly impacted by gastric acid following ingestion, and most importantly, CBD undergoes very high first-pass metabolism effects by the liver. When ingested orally, CBD enters the digestive system, is taken up by the portal vein to the liver, and subsequently undergoes significant first-pass metabolism effects in the liver with very little successfully exiting to make its way into the bloodstream. Think of the liver as being a border control agent for the body that doesn't want CBD crossing its border. In fact, only 4 to 12% of what is orally ingested is actually absorbed, making its way to sites of action. The rest ends up being broken down and eliminated from the body. As a point of comparison, intravenous bioavailability of compounds is always 100%, and inhalation and sublingual bioavailability ranges between 60 and 70%. So why Vediol? First, we utilize natural plant-based enteric coatings to stabilize Vediol and protect it from stomach acid degradation, some of our patent-pending technologies. Vediol also utilizes patent-pending taurinol to enhance bioavailability of fat-soluble compounds and piperine ester to further increase bioavailability of non-fat-soluble compounds, adding even more technology. Vediol also employs a novel patent-pending delivery mechanism whereby we utilize a hydrosome technology to enhance absorption through the formation of nanoparticles called myceles that hold small volumes of chemical reactants in a water-soluble matrix, a sort of Trojan horse, if you will, for delivery of lipid-soluble compounds in a water-soluble environment. Vediol utilizes a combination of natural additives and technologies so the blend can be directly absorbed into the lymphatic system, thus avoiding first-pass metabolism effects of the liver. This enhances assimilation and bioavailability by several-fold. It's sort of like giving CBD a diplomatic passport to bypass the border control agent of the body. Taken together, The technologies within Vediol enhance overall oral absorption from a normal curve of only 4 to 12% to that approaching ranges somewhere between inhalation and sublingual routes of administration, but all done orally. This provides a significant performance boost over other orally administered products lacking the sophisticated technology that's been built into Vediol. So why Vediol? It's technology, technology, technology. Science of CBD is the key. Extraction methods matter, blend matters, how a product is enhanced matters, and how it's delivered also matters. Now, to pull it all together and wrap it up with some sound bites to help you confidently interact with your clients, not all CBD products are the same. Source, extraction method, and blend matter. More is not necessarily better, and that's because CBD demonstrates a biphasic dose-response curve. And it's all about absorption, and this is due to first-pass metabolism effects the liver has on CBD. It's as simple as squeezed plant juice, which is most everyone else, versus technology, 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 and that's Vediol. At Alpha Tech Pet, we utilize the following acronym to best describe Vediol. PBBD equals E. Our purity, blend, bioavailability, and delivery mechanism is what equals enhanced product effectiveness and sets us apart from everyone else. Now, a few words about our product label. The suggested starting dose is 3 drops per 10 pounds of body weight given twice daily for dogs, adjusting to effect, and 2 drops twice daily for cats. Remember, Vediol is backed by multiple patented and patent-pending technologies. Vediol is for sale through licensed veterinarians only and will never show up on pet store shelves or anywhere else outside of direct veterinary market channels. Now, as I begin to wrap things up, a few words about dosing. For starters, current dosing recommendations for pets ranges widely from 0.02 milligrams per kilogram to 2 milligrams per kilogram. That's a 100-fold difference in recommended dosing. Bear in mind as you look at this dosing chart, because CBD is so poorly orally absorbed, a difference exists between oral dose given and functional dose. And even at the high 12% functional dose range, Vediol functionally remains well within or higher than all of the standard given doses other than the Cornell study recommendation. But even there, that recommendation is only for week 1 of treatment. Following week 1, Vediol is the same functional dose as that seen in the Cornell study. More information can be found on our website at vediol.com and also at alphatechpet.com on our Vediol page, including advertising banners, sell sheets, and a fully evolving and continually updated list of questions and answers. We thank you for your participation and hope this presentation helps you feel confident about Vediol, answers many of your questions, and adequately prepares you for discussions with your clients.